So I'm going to play around with the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson palette a little bit more, and I kind of like the idea that Annette's Makeup Corner has, where she does 3 makeup looks, 1 palette, 10 makeup looks, 1 palette. But I think I kind of want to break it up because I'm still trying to figure out this color story with this palette. It still seems like a huge clusterfuck to me. So I'm thinking this first video is going to be 3 makeup looks with the 1 palette, but they're all going to be different neutral looks with a pop of color. And I'm gonna say let's just jump into it because I feel extra pale today to the point that it's even kind of freaking me out. So let's dive right into it. And I think what we're first going to do, is this easy to hold up? Not too bad. I think we're gonna go in with Tannicon here, that's weird to say, and shape out kind of where we want it. And then I'm going to buff it out with my pills as well as a little bit of pigment. So let's get started with that. So to carve out where we want Tannicon, I'm gonna go in with the E36. This is a Morphe brush, yes. I know I don't really like Morphe, and here I am with a Morphe brush, but it's so tiny and it's so perfect for what I needed it. So let's just get in there. So for me, I find it easy because my eyes are especially swollen right now, but they are partially hooded, that I kind of like to draw it where I want it first and then start defining it everywhere else. Because if I just go in and I follow the shape of my eye, we would be down here. So draw it out kind of where you want it to go and then move on from there. And if my eyes are giving you a little bit more of a red or pink vibe than they normally do, it's because they are like beet red underneath all this foundation. Can tell you we're getting a little bit of fallout right now. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of buff that in a bit. Now we're gonna go in with that same brush we just kind of buffed everything with a little bit of the color My Pills. This is that very pale pink shade. I'm taking that all the way into the inner corner. And I think we'll take a little bit of pigment, just a little bit, and kind of deepen it up out here. A little bit more of Tannicon, more in the middle of my eye. We got a nice neutral eye kind of going on. Then just with my finger, I'm gonna go into Just a Theory, which is this really creamy, it's like a rosy champagne color, but it's super creamy. I like to lay my metallics down with my finger first and then go in with a brush to kind of carve out the shape. I just find I get better application with my finger, but I know some people prefer just to go straight in with a brush. And I think you would be okay without having to wet these because it's giving me some good color. However, I know that would just intensify it. Now I feel like we lost that pink. Gonna go in with a little bit more of pigment just to kind of bring it back a bit. Perfect. Now hopefully just dust this away. Oh, it did leave a little bit behind, but that's okay. We're about to go in with the darker shade. So using a flat definer brush, I am going to go into Illuminati. That's funny. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. There. So we have that on our flat definer brush, and then I'm just gonna go underneath my lash line. Okay, now that we have that where we want it, do I have another tiny little brush? I know I do. This one is a Morphe 149. I realized I didn't tell you what some of the other brushes were. And I'm just gonna go into What's the Tea, which is this kind of gray tone blue color. And we're just gonna buff the lower lash line up. I feel we lost a little too much of the Illuminati, so we're just gonna go and put in just a little bit more. All right, now I'm going to do the other side, put on some mascara, and I'll show you what we're left with. All right, so there we have it. I finished everything off by putting Teaspoon by ColourPop in my waterline, and then my go-to mascara, which is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. I've heard a lot of people don't like this one, and if you do have it in your collection and you're one of those people, try every time you use it, drag one edge like really firmly against the side to take off as much excess as you can, and then use that side when you're putting it on. I do find that you do get a lot of product on it when you first take it out, and it can kind of get gloopy, it can kind of get clumpy, and that's how I found that I like it, and ever since then, I haven't gone back to anything else. Also, I did put on a little bit of ColourPop's pink ink on my bottom inner lashes, just to throw a little bit of pink on that to bring the pink from the top into the bottom. And then this has to be my favorite lipstick of all time, and I'm really sad because it was a limited edition. This is the MAC and Samantha Ravndal Cream Sheen collaboration lipstick. Love this. But yeah, that was pretty much the look. I just did the same thing on the other eye, and then I did add a little bit of the color my rides here on my upper waterline, just to give them a little bit of depth. But make sure you go in with a really thin brush, or else you can get that more like smoked out look instead of just thicker, fuller lashes. So yeah, this is look number 1 of neutral with a pop of color. So I changed up my primer in my foundation routine today, and I'm not really liking it. It's the Ren Perfect Canvas. This is just a sample of it, but everything just feels cakey. Like, I don't know, it feels so heavy on my face, and I don't really have that much on. And then at the same time, when I look up close, it's settling into like every single pore, and I just hate it. So if you have a sample of this in your collection, or you were wanting to try it, I'd say maybe do it on a day where, you know, if it doesn't turn out so good, you don't have to worry about it. Don't do it on an important day. That's all I'm gonna say. Because you know what, to each their own, so I still say try it, just try it with caution. And also, to start off the look today, I have ColourPop's Insomniac in my tight line, and then in my waterline, oh wow, words are escaping me today, I have the NYX Faux Whites in Linen? Yeah, it's the one that's tinted pink. So that's how we're starting today. I think you probably know what pop of color we're going for today, but to get right into it, let's start off with Diet Root Beer. So a little bit of a darker brown than what we used yesterday. And to start, what do I want to put it on with? Let's go with the Makeup Forever 216. Dab that in. Let's go. Oh, hello. There, so I kind of just laid down that Diet Root Beer shade where I wanted it. I feel like I'm not having a good makeup day. I'm not having a good skin day. There is so much dry skin. Oh, we have fallout too. I have so much dry skin underneath my eye. Like my eyes are still healing from my eye swatch video, which by the way, thank you for all the love on that. That was not expected. I don't usually get a lot of feedback on my videos, so to see a lot of positive feedback nonetheless was really heartwarming, so thank you guys. And I also noticed when I was editing the look I did, like the last look that you just saw, I noticed that it didn't show up that bright on camera, so instead of buffing it out with my pills that like pink color, I am taking a Bow Gaseous brush, the tapered blending brush. I have no idea what this is, and I'm going in with the shade Tannicon to try and buff this out a little bit. So much dry skin, oh my god. All right, so I am gonna go in with a different brush now. Let's do, no, a little bit bigger. This one, the Morphe E36, and then I'm gonna go into My Pills, that light pink shade that we used yesterday, and I'm gonna buff out this edge down here. There, I feel that looks a lot better. All right, so much makeup. What should we do next? Should we put our pop of color in? Yeah, let's put our pop of color in. So, new shade being used, we're gonna go in with Trisha, the hot pink one, and I'm gonna go in first with my finger, and I kind of flick off the excess. And where am I kind of putting this? Oh, my swollen eyes kind of cover all that up. Feel we need a little bit more of it then. Oh, it's like this patch of dry skin right here. Well, that held the pop of color a bit better. All right. So then we're gonna go in with that E36 brush again and just try and dry skin spot. Gonna be the death of me. Tap that in a little bit. Gonna go back in on our Makeup Forever brush and a little bit of Diet Root Beer to try and blend this a little bit. Not gonna get over that dry skin spot. I usually don't have problems with my eye area unless I get them a little over raw, and it also doesn't help that it's about -16 outside with a wind chill, and that's really what's not helping. All right, I'm going in, I already dumped into it, going in now with Sleep Paralysis, which is, I don't know, I look at it and it's like a silver dusty grape soda is how I see it. I feel like we could probably just go in with just a theory, but I kind of wanted to try this first. So flicking off the extra again. Oh, it fell out. Feel this really, is it neutral with a pop of color? Maybe strayed more into the pop of color with some neutral today. I really like that purple color. Now just going in with a little bit more pink. I think just because I can, I'm gonna take a what is this? I'm gonna take a brush, clearly. It doesn't have a number. Interesting. This is just a Wet n Wild flat brush. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of spiraling just to kind of deepen that outer corner. Pink definitely stains because my fingers are a little bit stained right now. And then I think I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more of Diet Root Beer and try and just make this a little bit more brown than pink. Just right in this inner part. Which is not working, it just kind of spread that. All right, clearly that's not gonna work. So taking the same brush, I'm gonna take a little bit of my pills and I'm gonna buff this lower line out. I'm not liking up here. Just wiped away my foundation. That's a little bit better. Wipe away the excess down here. Had a lot of fallout today. Okay, now just trying to tidy up this little piece right here. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then just because we can, going to go in with the AOA E134 with a little bit of Just a Theory right here. That didn't do anything. All right, then with a little bit of Ranch, which is the really light shade on my finger, I'm gonna take that and go, ooh, and just buff that out a little. Oh no, there was pink on my finger. And black. Where do we get black from? All right. There, I'm gonna go touch up that pink liner, throw on some mascara, do the other eye, and see you in a couple minutes. So to finish everything off today, I decided to not use the same lipstick as yesterday, though that was the first one I reached for, but instead we went with XO Beauty's Full Locally. Then, same as yesterday, we went in with Bad Gal Bang on both upper and lower. However, today on the upper lashes, I stamped the pink ink from ColourPop. I used this one yesterday, but I put it on the lower inner. This one I kind of stamped all along the upper lashes. And last but not least, I went in with Makeup Forever 256 and some of that shade Spiraling that we put on the outer edge, and I just kind of stamped it along my lash line to add some depth. So, this is look number 2, definitely a lot darker and vibranter than yesterday. I felt after editing yesterday's footage, wow. After editing yesterday's footage, I felt it definitely could have been a little bit more heavy-handed because it came out super light. So I think we did a lot better today with making it, you know, a bit more opaque. So yeah, this is look number 2 of neutral with a pop of color. Alright, I feel like starting out with liner on always makes me look a little bit crazy, but that's okay. Maybe that's what we're going for. So to let you know, on my tight line I have Vanilla, which is a NYX Faux Whites. It's the yellow tinted one. And then along my waterline, as well as smudged into my lower lash line, I have Cross by ColourPop. So again, kind of spoiling the pop of color that we're going for, but that's okay. Plus, if you know me, you know that I absolutely love yellow, and how could we do a colored look without touching the yellow in here? So, I'm not really sure what I'm feeling today. I'm not feeling very inspired. I'm really grumpy, and if you're wondering why, I have no good reason. I just didn't sleep well. Hemi was sick, and don't worry, Brandy, if you're watching this, he's doing a lot better. And for anybody else who, you know, likes to keep up with Hemi. But by the time John got home and we were able to actually, like, get some sleep, my next door neighbors came out and started yelling at each other. Which is like, it's 8 o'clock. Don't yell at each other at 8 o'clock. That's just setting your day up to be bad. And mine. But without further ado, I'm feeling a little messy today, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna go right in with food videos, which is this shade here, the bright yellow. And what are we gonna use? Definitely not that weird name brush, because I don't want to spell that out again. Pure laziness, that's all that was. Let's go with super fluffy, probably gonna regret this, AOA's E127. And I think we're just gonna put that everywhere. Also, I did not put contacts in today, just because grumpy, don't want to put contacts in, so if it looks like I can't see, I can't see. Alright, let's just get into this. So here's my food videos on my E127. I still have so much dry skin. Oh my god. Come on, dry skin, work with me, work with me. Alright, take in a lot more of it. And if you're like, I thought you said after the last video you're gonna go and like deal with it. I did. I took a hydrating serum and I put it on my fingers and I just sat there and I pressed the hydrating serum into my eyes. And then when I thought it was starting to get a little bit tacky, I put a little bit more on, and then I put some CeraVe moisturizing cream, like that really thick one. Like if you got any thicker, you'd get the eczema cream. Put that on top of my eyes, and I had to sit there with my eyes closed for like 5 minutes or else it would run into my eyes. I doused these things in hydration and they're still unhappy. Oh yeah, but I was watching somebody's video, who was it the other day? That girl Shay. I want to say I didn't know she did eye swatching, but I feel like I may have actually seen one by her before. But anyways, that's not the point. The point was somebody asked her, why do you only do the one eye? And she said, it's because I'd rather just have one irritated eye than 2 irritated eyes. And I had one of those epiphany moments, like, wow, you mean I could have one happy eye right now? Next time. Next time. Anyways, now on a Makeup Forever 216. This is a small pencil brush. I'm gonna smudge out the lower lash line. How do I do this? I was not pulling on my eye to gross you out or to get it in my eye, which I probably did both. I was trying to smudge my eyeliner in a little bit, which didn't quite work. So we're gonna go in with the lip brush by my brush set. We're gonna try and smudge that out a little bit better. There, I think that's good enough. Though I want that color to be stronger on that top lid, but it's getting all stuck in the dry skin, so I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but let's try. Oh, it's on like the flaky like situation right now. It's so gross. I hate dry skin. First world problems. All right, now on a Makeup Forever 236. This is like a really thick, ew, what's on the side of it? Anyways, this is a really thick pencil brush. I'm going in with Tannicon and I'm gonna try and define my lid out now. Now going in with that 216 with some Tannicon on it, I'm going to try and fluff off some of this dry skin while buffing in my color. It sounded so gross, I'm sorry guys. Alright, well that kind of worked. Though I turned my inner corner a bit brown. So let's go in with the residue on this AOA and try and make it more yellow. Oh, that worked instantly. But a little too much yellow. Crap. I always rub too much foundation off. Oh well. You're gonna see the redness on my nose peek through, but that's a-okay. So, where are we at now? That's kind of nice. So the same 236 that we just used, we're going to dip into Diet Root Beer to deepen up the outer corner. Almost instantly. Do you want to go deeper still? Yeah. I'm gonna dip into spiraling really lightly because you don't want it too deep. We're gonna put that in the same spot as Diet Cola. Same brush. Woo. Okay, turning out too dark. We're gonna go in with the E127 and just try and blend out what we got there. Which that actually worked pretty nicely. All right, then that 216, yeah, it's the 216. I'm gonna dip into Diet Root Beer with that and just right in this outer portion of my lower lash line. I'm just gonna kind of deepen it up to kind of wrap it around my eye. John's alarm going off already? It can't be 5 o'clock. Holy crap. It's 5 o'clock. Not like you needed to know that. Oh, all right. I'm going to very carefully on my flat definer brush 256 by Makeup Forever. Gonna dip into spiraling, probably going to regret it. I'm going to smudge it very close to the lash line on that bottom. Now we're gonna do the same to the top. I think it's just nice because it doesn't add like a liner effect, but it just kind of deepens the lash line to make your lashes look a little bit thicker. That actually turned out pretty nice. Now going back in with the 216 on the lower lash, just so it's not like a blatant line. I like that. And what do we want to end it with? Putting just a Theory and Conspiracy on 2 fingers, and we're just gonna probably do both. Yeah, let's do both. So I'm gonna try and be brush heavy today and go in with the E131 by AOA. I'm gonna try and apply this purely with a brush today. Oh, and just a Theory. Not sure if I said that yet. Definitely not coming across as potent. I could also spray it, but I can see some spray. Nope. Going with my finger. Oh yeah, so much better. Good. Little dip of spiraling just to bring back that depth. Worked pretty good. Now taking the brush just to make sure those two are kind of smudged together, which they're looking pretty good. Then just gonna bring just a Theory in just a little bit more. That shimmer's really showing off my dry skin. Oh well. And then with Conspiracy, just going in on the inner corner. Might be a little too green for my liking, but whatever. Oh, I don't want that too big of a brush. Got some fallout, so we just want to get rid of that. And I don't know, let's take some ranch, put it right here, and buff it with that yellow. It's because I didn't put a brow product in yet, so I usually do my brows first, but I forgot. All right. I am no, I'm not done yet. What do I want to do? Something feels, I want something more. What do I want? Let's go with just a Theory. I'm gonna take it on the very tip of my finger, just like very tip, and I'm gonna put it right before we hit spiraling, but not in the inner corner. Oh, I know what's missing. I'm gonna take some ranch. We're gonna dip it right there. Then, do I have a brush I want to buff that out with? Oh, I bought this cute little brush. This seems like perfect time. Morphe 562. Just like a very thin little blending brush. I want to bring that up a little bit more. So more branch on that brush. Ooh, too high, too high. So let's go in. Oh, it's dirty now. That was my own bad. AOA's E128 with a little bit of food videos just to bring back the yellow in that. That's better. And then something to buff that out. Wet n Wild's P10. It's a pencil brush, but just to buff that. There. Okay, now I think I'm happy with that. I'm gonna put on the finishing touches, do the other eye, of course, and we'll see what we're left with for the last of the neutral with a pop of color. I did some finishing touches. I went in, where do I want to start? Oh, I forced myself to use the new lipstick again. This is Beach Babe by Tarte, and quite honestly, the weather is a lot nicer today. It was 2 degrees today. Yes, so it actually felt like a beach day compared to everything else. Look at me getting creative with my things. Anyways, that's what I have on my lips. I tried to put a little bit of that vanilla liner on top of it to give it a highlighter look. Not sure how well that worked out, but we tried. Lashes, like always, bad gal bang. However, I did stamp the lower inner lashes with Yellow Goodbye. That's a weird name. Anyways, the yellow liner from ColourPop. And then I didn't want to go back in with the yellow because I thought I maybe wanted to draw more neutral in, because I feel like, again, we kind of went more pop of color with neutral in it, but it's still very wearable. So I went in and redid my waterline with Overboard by ColourPop. It's kind of a bronze. Yeah, it's less red than copper, but not, yeah, I go with bronze. It's more of like a chocolatey bronze kind of color. And then I went on the inner corner just because I had a little bit too much in my lashes that couldn't get them to look even. So I just went in on the inner part of my lower lash line again with crossed, and I tried to like blend it a little bit. So it kind of looked a little bit more seamless instead of two different colors, clearly. And then for my eyebrows, I don't think I ever mentioned it, but I'm using the Essence Make Me Brow in the shade Blondie Brows. And I just go in backwards and then floof them up. And, oh, for highlighter as well, we went in again with Ranch. I was going to go in with something different, and I thought, nah, let's keep it all in the family. So this is today's look. It is neutral with a pop of yellow, and that is it. Let me know down below which is your favorite, and if there's color combinations you want me to try, let me know. But I think I'm going to do another 3 looks. I'm thinking either 3 bright looks or 3 grungy looks. Let me know which you would prefer, and I'll give you a close-up.